Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Preacher with Erica Uncut. That's what I'm talking about. Another episode of Uncut. You know, last week, I remember last week, I was busy doing the control stuff. Mm-hmm. And you was trying to give me a toast. Mm-hmm. And somebody called me out for that. Somebody said, man, you got to be paying attention. You got to be paying attention. So we going to do a toast.
Yes, let's do it.
Another episode of Uncut. Cheers. Oh, man. Oh, we had a fantastic weekend. Oh, my God. We got to tell y'all. We got a full show for you today, right? Mm-hmm. But we got to tell you about our weekend. Our weekend was special.
Yeah. We got together. The family got together.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a ball.
So it was Easter weekend. And we just enjoyed ourselves with family. And I'm going to tell you how important it is to be with family.
Yes.
It's like we haven't got together, like the family haven't got together for a while. And so
Christmas.
It was so cool to be together with family, like for real, man.
It always feels so good.
So we enjoyed ourselves and it was so cool. We ate a lot and we was around family and it was just awesome, y'all. I'm telling you, it was awesome.
The liquor was liquoring.
So we just, it just felt like, man, you know, and
really had fun.
I mentioned this to some folks at the party that we have to do this more. Like, you know,
get-togethers and stuff is so important.
It's very important because if you don't, then you miss out on stuff. You do all work and no play, So I believe that you definitely got to get together and do some, kind of get together with family. I think that's the key.
Yeah, sometimes we just get so caught up in our responsibilities. We, kind of put that family time to our, push it back a little bit.
And it shouldn't be like that. I think we ought to,
it should be priority. Honestly.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. It should be priority. And, get together with family is always good. Man.
We had so much fun. And the weather was really good,
Oh, my God. The weather was great. Like, the weather was really good. Mm-hmm. We had the music flowing. We was with family. We ate ham and macaroni and turkey and everything else. Oh, it was just absolutely great.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
We definitely got to do this more.
Yeah, we do. I think we should do like a game night, though.
Hey.
I think a game night would be super fun. I love game,
Yeah.
Well, of course with alcohol, but
I think, listen, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Our family don't have a dull moment. We enjoy ourselves either way. So it don't matter if it's game night, movie night, just to get together with family, just listen to some good music, barbecuing or whatever.
Don't matter what
it don't matter what it is. We go have a ball. Yes. So look, I want to tell you this story, right? This happened to me the other day, well, maybe yesterday.
Okay.
And I think it brings up this AI stuff we want to talk about. I went to Burger King, right? And, when you go to fast food, you don't get the best service. Like, you get, medium service. So usually at these fast food restaurants, what they're starting to do is they take your order, they take your money, and they tell you to pull forward into a slide or maybe pull forward, they bring the food out to you. That's what they do in our area. So, okay, I went to Burger King, got this is a Whopper Junior combo. Nothing too special. So when I got up, I paid, and the young lady told me to pull up. I mean, they don't be smiles too much. They just told me to pull up. They'll bring it to me. So I'm sitting up there waiting. And my dumb self, I'm pecking on my phone. So I'm not even paying attention to time. So I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. It's like, I didn't watch the video. I didn't went on social media. I'm watching a little TikTok and watching YouTube video. My food never came out.
Oh.
So I go inside. I went to the counter. I said, ma'am, I haven't received my food. Now they give me the drink. Right? In the drive-thru, they give you the drink. But so I'm like, I didn't get the food.
Oh.
The lady looking at me like I'm lying.
Oh.
She said, well, you have a receipt? I'm like, well, the lady in the drive-thru, the one that pulled me over and told me to wait, but that somebody go bring the food out to me. So I had to wind up pulling out my receipt and showing the cashier that I actually bought the freaking food.
And what?
And they gave it to me, but it was a little attitude, you know. And I'm saying to myself, no wonder why, you know, places like McDonald's and Burger King,
they want to incorporate computers.
They want to incorporate computers and
so it's quicker, and it's all about convenience. That's the thing. I hate going to a drive-thru and having to wait because
you know, the whole thing about fast food is place your order, pay for it at the first window, then collect your food at the second window. But you don't expect to get attitude and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was my story, and it brings up the AI stuff, right? You know, you start to see McDonald's, Taco
they're trying
Bell.
to get rid of employees completely.
They have the inside. They got the kiosk where you go in, you punch in your order, you pay for it. But here's a problem: you got people in the back. It still take too long because you got people in the back got to make your food, and they got attitude with you.
Right.
So we heard. I think they have the first McDonald's or first Taco Bell that's all robots.
Oh wow, where do you know?
I think it's not in. I think it's in California, maybe. I don't know, but I heard about that, and I'm saying to myself, you know, you don't want people. You want people to not lose their job, not have to go out and find another job. But you're noticing that, I mean, for years now, we haven't got good service.
Yeah.
And, you know. And robots, like they won't talk to you, you know, they just give you food or whatever.
That's a little scary, though. I don't want that. I don't know. If a robot start cooking my food, I wouldn't eat that. I'm good on it. I'm so good on it.
I'm wondering, for the people in the audience, would you eat at a fast food restaurant knowing that it was all made by robots, right? You got a robot assembly line, and all of a sudden
wow. But it's really gonna be like that one day. That's what you have to think about. But I don't want it.
I don't want it either. But I just see that it's these fast food places, they are doing the convenience thing. They got the kiosk and all that stuff like that.
They want it quick.
They want it, yeah. But in turn, you still got the people that just give you the attitude.
Yeah, well, they don't want to be there. And I totally get it. You know.
It's weird. Yeah. It's so weird. I don't know. But AI is something that's taken over because now with the smartphones, and we hearing a rumor that the new iPhone that's coming out this year will be all generative AI, have a lot of AI features and stuff. Because see, Android, they started doing that. Samsung started putting in all these AI features and stuff like that. Well, we hearing the rumor that in the next couple of months, Apple will be incorporating a lot of AI features on their new phones.
So basically like an upgraded Siri.
Oh, Siri is terrible.
Siri is terrible. I never use Siri. I've never used Siri.
Well, I hopefully Siri will be overhauled this year. Hopefully Siri be overhauled this year, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's weird, man.
It's getting crazy. We got to get used to it because that's going to be... but what's the scariest part, I think, is we won't know the difference between what was man-made or computer-made.
I don't know.
Like songs, you know, like they take artists' voice.
I know. I saw that.
Scary.
Like I saw that they're doing that. That's weird.
Very scary. Yeah. That's scary.
Wow.
And even making I actually heard that they started making like fake voicemails or like fake voice recordings. Like they stole someone's voice. And they called the mother, and I think it was like an emergency or something like that, but it sounded just like her child. But it wasn't. And it was like some sort of like setup type thing, but it was using the AI voice.
That is crazy.
That's really good. That's dangerous. But so dangerous.
They have now on YouTube. They have a drop-down menu. In the drop-down menu, they're asking you, are you using AI this video or something like that? It's a box now that you have to check when you upload a video on YouTube. Is it fake or real or has it been AI or whatever? Because you can, people we see it. It's starting to be a lot on YouTube. A lot of AI generated voices and videos.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's
I've
crazy.
noticed that.
And you could tell the AI videos, right? They have the perfect tones, the perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, no stuttering, no nothing. It's so perfect. Even if you reading a teleprompter, you still go, have a little hiccup here and there.
Yeah.
But these AI generated videos are just perfect. The voice is perfect. Stuff like we know that's gotta be fake, right? I mean, it ain't real.
Yeah, definitely a blessing and a curse.
Yes. And I don't know, are we going too far with technology? Like I understand, with this AI stuff, man, at first you'd be like, you want it, but then again, you don't. Really? Do you really want it?
It's going to become a point where AI is so advanced, they're going to take over us. They're going to be like, nah, we got our own mind or whatever.
Man. I don't know. Hopefully, man. It just, oh, God, it's killing me. Yeah. This AI stuff, right? So, I don't know. What y'all guys thoughts about it? Y'all let me know. Let us know down in the comments. Yeah. One of the things I know, we go touch bases on other stuff, but one of the things that I noticed is that this is our 5th episode of Uncut, y'all. And the feedback, right? The feedback has been great. Yes. Y'all guys has been very, very positive.
And keep suggesting topics.
The topics. Yeah, a lot of people was hitting us up with topics and stuff like that, which is great.
Yes, love that.
Because we want to hear from you guys. We want to know.
What do you want to hear us talk about?
Yeah, because listen, I feel that I want to get the audience involved. Like I wanted, people hit us in the comments and ask questions and say they love. They say they love the show, but those suggestions will be great.
Yes,
so especially
because we always read the comments.
Yeah, I know. And so shout out to the people in the comments, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all guys been wonderful. Now you did have one troll.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Finally got one troll.
What happened?
So the troll hit you in the comments about 2 weeks ago. And I think we was talking about the iPhone, Apple, the blue bubble versus the green bubble.
Oh, okay.
And the comments said that...
they got on me.
Yeah, they said that she sounded a little bougie.
Oh.
Oh.
Just a tad.
So let me, having a high expectation, I don't think it's bougie. Like you think if your expectations are high,
if y'all think that's bougie, then so be it.
Because I mean, the way times is now, you need to have higher standards and have to have higher expectations. I don't think it's bougie.
Because the bar be on the ground for some of y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like the women and even the younger men. I mean, they don't have a higher standard. So I think if you have a higher standard, I don't think it's bougie. I just think it's the standard is high.
That's all.
Because you don't want nobody, to get over on you. You try to figure people out whether or not they're being fake or phony. You just want to make sure that everybody be on the up and up. So I don't think it's bougie. And plus, if you got standards, you got standards, right? It's no big deal to have a standard.
And I'm not saying it's absolutely no way I would date someone that has an Android. It's just... I just don't prefer it. That's all.
This battle between Apple and Android, right? This battle has been going on for years. This don't stop.
Forever.
And it will go on forever. And I don't know what's the answer for that. And we've been trying to debate that for a very long time. And for what I understand, you can't debate it. Like people love what they love.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, for the younger generation, right? They love their iPhones. Nothing wrong with that. Blue bubble, green bubble, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because FaceTime comes in clutch.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you don't have service, if you got Wi-Fi, you can still use those features.
Yeah.
And that's
a huge plus.
That's a huge plus. So if you have a phone with no service, but you got Wi-Fi, you can still use iMessage. You can still use apps. You can still, and on Android, you can do that in so many ways.
Audio.
Yeah, and FaceTime it with audio and everything. So I mean, it has its ups and downs. I mean, listen, it's one of the things that a lot of people love is because, if we always wanted this to have a device where if your family's out of town and you home, you can look and have FaceTime and have a face-to-face conversation with that individual just by one tap.
Right.
Now, Android, we could do it too, but it's most folks have iPhones.
Yes. So.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So, it's like you're part of the family if it's like iPhone to iPhone. We can share locations, we can FaceTime whenever.
Yeah.
It's blue.
But I look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think what Apple gonna do this year is gonna be great, right? With the AI stuff and everything else in between. I think it's gonna be wonderful.
I think so too. So the new iPhones come out in September?
Yeah, September.
Okay.
They announced it in August and it'll come out in September, so it'll be great,
I'm excited for it. I might actually get the newest one because I'm a little behind actually. I don't get every new one that drops, but
I think it's gonna be
time.
It's time. Yeah, and I think the AI stuff, not when they say AI, it helps you throughout the day, right? It pops up, it gives you notifications of, and it kind of learns some of the AI stuff kind of learns. And the phones do that now, but if you had if you want to take a photo or something, it'll use AI enhancements to make the photo look good. Videos to look good. Hopefully they will overhaul Siri and stuff like that. So that'd be great.
Do something about Siri. They have got to do something about it.
Even Apple haven't done nothing with Siri in a long time. So
now you know what I do use? I use ChatGPT.
A
whole lot. That's my new Google actually.
When
I'm not looking for a specific website, any questions I have, I'm asking ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So that's really a plus.
Yeah.
For sure.
So they have the thing where the world is go in, right? They have
good old days.
The conspiracy theories is out there saying the world go in because of this eclipse that's coming next week, right? It's going to be 3 days of darkness. Conspiracy theories, and when you go on these websites and you see this stuff, you're like, man, come on now. I remember when the 2000 hit, right? And they all said that it was going to be the end of the world and everybody was panicking.
I heard about that. And then it was like a thing 2012.
Yeah, 2012. Right, 2012 is supposed to be the end of the world and stuff like that. But now the conspiracy theories is talking about this new thing, right? 3 days of darkness, this eclipse. And, they have...
Although I do think that time is going to come, I don't really think it's going to be this eclipse, which I do. Something's definitely going on with the
world,
moons
with the moon,
and the energy and everything, because it's so many people feeling the exact same way right now. Like I'll get on TikTok and I'm telling you, you find your people there. I'm just strolling and I hear people are saying they feel the exact same way I feel, or the exact same thing that we're kind of all going through. And this time is so crazy. Like some people just feel more tired than they usually do, like a little bit more discouraged or brain fog and these moods and stuff like that, which I did hear Mercury is in some sort of retrograde or whatever. And I believe it.
I've been hearing conspiracy theories for years, for all my life. You hear these conspiracy theories about, the end of the world and this is going. Listen, I would agree that something is going on in the world. Like you could tell that with the economy, with politics, with the world itself, when you go make groceries, gas prices going up and down. It's just, I ain't talked to anybody, but I was reading the article about how rent have skyrocketed in the past 3 to 4 years. I didn't even know that people was paying like $2,000 for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. Those same prices was like, cause see, I remember when I rent back then, I remember I used to rent an apartment. It was like $350, $375.
That is crazy.
And those same, and that was like 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. I remember my three bedroom apartment was like $400 a month, and my utilities was cheap. The utilities was very cheap.
That sounds like a dream.
And I mean, it was affordable. Now, don't get me wrong, the wages was not
different.
But we still made money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell you, like, well, I used to work for rallies and stuff like that. One of my paychecks, I was able to pay my car note and pay for my rent. Well, one paycheck.
One paycheck?
One paycheck. I could pay my car note, my rent on one paycheck.
Nowadays, you got to have at least 10 something thousand in the bank.
Yeah.
And it's a check, and it's just a lot.
And when you fast forward it into 2024, you see a huge. And I do understand why people on the struggle bus. Like, I do understand it's very difficult out there for a lot of people, you know, and I make tech videos. And when I make my tech videos and I make budget phone videos, I see a lot of people gravitate to the lower end, the cheaper devices.
Yeah.
Because
who want to
spend $1,000
on a phone?
Right. And, you know, at the end of the day, I do a lot of smartphone reviews, but at the end of the day, it's a phone. Listen, you hear the word pay to play, right? Those days is over with, folks. I feel that you got to pay to play if you want to be on this upper echelon. Man, listen, man.
Over it.
Those days is over with. I believe those days is over with. You have to spend this.
All this is unnecessary. It's crazy.
Right.
I actually just read an article that said you have to be making $94,000 a year to live comfortably in this time.
Wow.
$94,000. Now, you know how many jobs
that doesn't pay $94,000.
Like, come on now.
They don't have a lot of jobs that don't pay.
No.
Now, you know, we used to get this all the time when we was in school and college, right? You graduate from high school, you go to college, you get your degree, and you know they almost guarantee to put your job placement to high end jobs. You're gonna make almost close to 6 figures and stuff like that. Well, guess what, folks? Those days is over with. Like you can get a degree, and it all depends on what field you go into. But I mean, I don't know.
Have a degree in.
Yeah. But times have changed. People making money on social media now.
Yeah. That's with no education.
With no education, right? But that's a fear for me in so many ways. Because, you know, social media could be
you can be making more than what somebody with a master's degree is making.
And that's scary for a person. Yeah. That's scary. You think about it. You have a person that doesn't have a college degree at all, that's could make $100,000 a year on social media, and you have a college graduate that spent 8 years in school to get multiple, get a degree or stuff like that. And yes, that person that has a degree is more smarter, educated than the TikToker or the social media person. But God, they make the money though.
Yeah.
And once you graduate from college, you have to go out and search for a good job and
stuff like that,
and jobs may not be in your state, and you got to be willing to relocate. That means you got to uproot your family and relocate from point A to point B to work on a job. And jobs are not promising.
It's not.
That's the whole thing. That's the scary part.
They getting rid of everybody. They use AI.
That is the scary part. Like, you think about it.
Yeah.
Jobs are not guaranteed to anybody anymore. People getting fired for no reason. Just like the Chick-fil-A chick. You ever seen that video about the Chick-fil-A chick that claimed she got fired from Chick-fil-A? It was a viral video that hit TikTok. And, it's like, you see people that will lose their job. Like the what they call them type of sites where they're on OnlyFans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you hear these stories about teachers losing their jobs because they had an OnlyFans or something like that. But at the end of the day, the teacher making $500,000 on OnlyFans, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what would you give up? I mean, would you give up your teaching job that's paying you $40,000 a year to make $500,000 a year?
Who found that out anyway?
Yeah.
How did y'all know?
I mean, times have changed. So you think about it. For the younger generation that's coming up, you have to think about, okay, how is the future? What is the future? How do I survive?
Yeah. Or what do you
like you do?
Instill in your child to do? Like, do you tell them to go straight to college or focus on school, or do you tell them be what they want to be and
but do
whatever you want?
Because if you think about the oversaturation in you know, something, because listen, to tell you the truth, social media is not even getting that easy anymore like it used to be, right? It's very difficult. A lot of people believe that they could go just get into social media and this all this. No,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It's still hard work no matter what, but it's a different kind of work.
Yeah. It is, because on a job, then most of the time you're taking orders from someone. With social media, it's like you're making up your own plan or your own way to the top, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. It is weird, very, very weird on how this works. And I think for the most part,
another thing that's a blessing and a curse.
It's another thing. So I don't know what to tell like the younger generation that's in high school. Should you go into sports? What is your future?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like when you was in school, we knew that the futures was okay back, you know, then whatever.
Yeah,
it was
times were a
lot
even
different.
though it wasn't that long ago, y'all.
It wasn't that long.
It was like,
it's been what, 4 years, 5 years? It's been longer than that, huh?
6 years.
About 6 years. Is your 6th year been out of school?
Yeah.
God.
5 or 6.
5 or 6? 6 years. Wow.
That's crazy.
Don't feel that long to us.
I know.
So if you had to go back to school, would you do things differently if you had?
Yeah.
So what would you do? Like, I mean,
I would. I definitely would have forced myself
to work harder
through school.
Okay.
Like after graduating, going straight to college and pushing myself through college.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just very difficult though. Just the life that I kind of chose to kind of go into with going away and all that kind of stuff. It was very hard for me to, you know, stay on that school path, especially I mean not living on campus or anything like that. You know, I'm just solely doing this at home by myself, and I got really discouraged because it's not easy. That's why I give the utmost respect to those who have graduated college, because that's such a big accomplishment. That's not an easy task. So if you are a college graduate, congratulations to you, because I don't care what nobody say. You did your big one.
Yes.
And you deserve it.
And it was so funny. I remember when I graduated from college, right? And I remember walking across the stage, man. I cried. My first degree, I remember. And I walked across the stage, man. That's a big accomplishment because I know how hard it is. It's not easy.
I tried.
Most people work full-time jobs, right? And then go to school at the same time. And that's even difficult.
They some warriors. If you did that, you're a warrior.
But, you know, you have people say that you shouldn't go to college is becoming extinct.
You know,
you think?
I used to hear that a lot too. I used to hear, oh, you don't need to go to college to be successful. This person didn't go to college. That person didn't go to college. I don't care what nobody say. Go to college.
Go to college
if you can, and you know
It's not just because of the degree. It's because of the knowledge, the experience, the time. Yes.
And I tell my little cousins this all the time because they're new in high school and about to graduate and stuff like that. Those 4 years, you grow so much within those 4 years. Because just jumping from 18, freshly graduated high school into like the real world, into the job field and stuff like that, that's going to kick your ass. That's going to kick your ass worse than college is. I could promise you. Like, just thug it out.
Yes.
Go to college.
Go to college. Listen, for everybody that's listening, right? That everybody that's watching.
It's never too late. I tell this to myself too. It's never too late.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I would love for the younger generation to listen to that part that my daughter did say. Do what if you want to go to college, go to college. Learn what you need to learn.
I say even if you don't want to go, still go.
Still go.
For something.
Yes. And now they got government programs now where you can go to college and stuff like that. So you don't have to have the big burden of because you got to go get your FAFSA, you got to get loans and stuff like that, So try to get college programs and go to school, man. I mean, listen, it won't hurt you, right? It won't hurt you. That's the whole thing. Like, college won't hurt you, and that's the...
Yeah, and don't get on social media either and think that... I'm sorry, if y'all hear barking, that's my dog crying. He just craves attention so much. He's a big baby. I apologize. But don't get on social media either and see that people that may have not went to college and they're doing all these grand things and it look like they're just having so much fun that you're doing something wrong just because you struggling in a camp, like in a dorm room with no money, but you just focusing on college or whatever. Don't get discouraged. Those 4 years gonna fly by.
Yes. Well, it gonna keep you busy because it gonna load a lot of work on you, and it's gonna definitely keep you busy when it come down to studies and deadlines and write reports and doing all kinds of research and everything else in between. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And so for
it does, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Because most of these jobs that's offering 6 figures and all these
they do require
salaries, they require a bachelor's degree. Don't matter what it is.
Yes.
Don't matter what it is. You got that bachelor's degree, they see that on your resume. You got a greater chance than anybody else.
Yes.
With no degree or whatever.
Yeah. And because a lot of those high-end jobs, they do require, some of them require master's degrees. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And some of them require 2 years of experience.
Yeah.
Right? And
that's the kicker, but...
Yeah. I mean, they require, think about this, right? You some of them require a master's degree and 2 to 4 years of experience. But at the end of the day, you think about the 4 to 6 years that you can go to school, get the master's or whatever, try to get an internship for another 2 years or whatever in order to get that 6-figure plus job, which I do understand that's a long time, right? But it's hard work comes with a huge reward.
Yeah.
So
it will be worth it, guys. For real.
So when you talk about high-paying jobs, what jobs you think in 2024 that's paying high-end 6 figures?
Well, nowadays, I feel like the best route to go is get a degree in computer science.
There you go. Computer science degrees.
Degrees.
Get it to AI.
Because once you get a good old engineering job.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Computer engineers,
I've seen it many, many times. Even data analysts and stuff like that along that route.
Because that's the future. That is, listen, a lot of people don't understand. Computer technology, when we talk about AI, new smartphones, and the fast food industry is changing from employees to robots. Guess what? You need computer programmers to program them. You need analysts. You need data analysts. You need all kinds of different people in the computer field in order to fulfill those roles. That's coming in the future.
Absolutely.
And those going to be high-paying jobs, going to be upper echelon jobs.
It's going to be easy to elevate and work your way up. You're working with a team, and most of them are remote, so that's always a plus.
Always a plus, right?
And you're talking about 6 figures and it's remote?
Ooh.
That sounds like a dream to me.
Yeah.
Which I know the work isn't a breeze, but... you learn along the way. You'll learn how to master it.
Yeah, I think for the most part, man, because I think you have to educate the younger generation to shift into something that will work in the
longevity.
Because
social media come and go.
Yes, you think of so if you want to get into the healthcare system, that's going to always be there.
That's always going to be
right?
nurses. Absolutely.
Yes.
That too. That's another one that's a very good career to get into. Nurses, travel nursing, anything in that medical field.
That's going to definitely be there, or maybe law enforcement, or maybe going to definitely computers is the number one. But what else out there that you can make that kind of money to survive, to pay $4,000 rent, $2,000 rent, and all the high prices and everything else in between to support a family and to pay high bills and stuff like that. I mean, it's difficult.
It's not many paths that kind of get you to that.
Yeah.
But, it's like you really have to be doing multiple things nowadays.
Yeah.
Doing just one thing doesn't really cut it as much anymore, unfortunately, no matter what the degree is.
That's right. We talked about, me and your mom, we talk about 5 areas of income. Because if you have 5 areas of income, if one go down, you still got 4.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if all 5 is big, but if 5 bring you to the promised land, it's good, because if you rely on one
all
job,
of them are gonna be
not all of
booming
them
at the same time.
Absolutely.
One might be slow, and you might be making your most of your money off your side job.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's so good to have multiple streams of income. Seriously.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
So important.
It's very important to have multiple streams of income, because look. And I tell people this all the time. Some of the things you see online is fake info. The people throwing money in the air and all that stuff like that.
Sometimes that be fake money.
That's fake money. A lot of people be thinking, oh my God, this person making all this money. And you be like, what kind of job they got? I don't know. They don't have it. It be all fake, man. Like some of that stuff be fake.
A lot of times people be doing, illegal activities and things that they'll go to their grave with. But,
it's, oh my God.
Oh, how's she in Miami again? Like, I work 7 days a week, and I don't never see she working, but she always out of town. What's that about? You know why?
Because
I ain't gonna even tell you why.
But here's the thing, and I preach this all the time, that you can only scam and you can only do illegal activity for so long. Yes, you might be living it up. You might be great. But all of a sudden, when you get caught, you go down bad.
Right, because you scamming for too long. The Fed's going to eventually catch you. You selling drugs, whatever you're doing.
They're going to
eventually catch you. And, us young hot girls, we ain't going to be young and hot forever. Unfortunately. So,
But 40 years old go hits, 50 years old go hit, and then everything starts falling down. It ain't like it used to be, right? Everything all it start dropping,
everything start jiggling and stuff. Jesus,
and then all of a sudden you say, I used to be buff, but now I'm getting fat.
Oh, God.
Your metabolism change, and everything you eat, you blow up, right? So yes,
the weight don't drop like it used to.
And look, that goes for men too. You can only be buff for so long, right?
Men, I feel like men, they get themselves, like their bodies together so much faster, seems like, than women.
Yeah.
Like y'all could do 2 weeks in the gym, and it's what's going on? We got to get surgery and stuff.
Yeah.
We got to get the fat sucked out of our stomach and stuff.
But that's the time now. I see that a lot, that the surgeries was. Is that a handicap for females as far as surgery, or?
No, it's just the easy way out.
It's the easy way out. So that's a handicap there, right? If they got to go get surgery. So because why they can't do the treadmill or do the walking and all that?
I ain't gonna lie now. Some things, it don't matter how much you work out.
You still got to.
Some things still, everybody's body is different. And we might want a certain kind of body. We might admire a certain kind of body. You're like, dang, why I can't do that? But I'm in the gym every day. I haven't been eating all of this bad stuff, but I'm still built a little funny. So What you can't fix, that doctor in Miami could. So, hey, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't judge.
You know, I mean, but I guess that, again, that goes back to what we talked about college, their health care industry, right?
That's a really good field to get into, too. Cosmetics.
Body cosmetics. It's called body cosmetics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like doctors and stuff. Even nurses and stuff go that route. People who have like nursing degrees and stuff like that. They're now opening up their own
practices and
stuff like for Botox and the injections and all.
People like to look pretty all the time.
Yeah. So that's super dope too. That's super dope.
I mean, look, I think it's all good. I think, you know, the stuff that I see now, times are changing.
Because I know back in the day, in your time, you probably ain't really heard of no plastic surgery.
We heard of Botox, right? That's been around forever, right? But not no surgery. People getting the girls. Let me tell you something for the ladies out there, right? And we see it all the time with the booty, right? They get their booties done. Let me tell you something. That is not attractive. We can tell as a man that your butt ain't never been like that. We can tell.
Some of them look good.
Man, no, they overdo it.
Yeah, no.
Their butt look like a
little ant.
Yeah, they put a loaf of bread in their pants or something, man.
Well, yeah, you know.
That's the big bubble booty and all. Let me tell you, women, y'all don't understand. See, I think for a lot of females that do that, they wanna attract the male, but more, you know, they want men to look at them a little more, right? I call that low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, women need to love their bodies for who they are. Not going to get your butt way out past a half a block in order for you to attract a man. Or, you know, so I feel that love your body, love yourself, pray, and do what you got to do.
Love yourself.
That's the
before
problem.
The surgery.
Before the
surgery, after, love yourself even more.
But why would they get their butt so big, though?
I think sometimes they don't. Okay, this is the thing, too. They don't think it's going to be that big. Sometimes, okay, they get the fat taken out of their stomach or whatever parts is, you know, a little, they don't want the fat at, and then they get it in their butt. But the thing is, when you start gaining weight,
it gets bigger.
It grows because the places that you got the fat sucked out of, it's not like enough. Like the fat doesn't go there anymore. It just all goes to wherever you moved it.
So wait a minute. Let me get this right. They take the fat from like the stomach and stuff like. Then they put it by the butt, and then when they gain weight. And all of a sudden, the butt get big.
It's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you can't fit in the plane seat.
Oh, I seen a couple of videos like that.
Yeah, they be having to pay for the whole.
They gotta pay for the whole thing,
and they gotta sit in the middle because it's just they ass is just pouring just everywhere.
Listen, man, I don't know. As a man, if I see a wide butt like that, that's unattractive to me. I just feel that okay. I think men like us, we might look at that and just shake our head like we know it's fake, we know it's phony. That's not you.
It looks a little crazy sometimes.
It does. It makes him, big old. But listen, when we was growing up, right? We didn't see that type of stuff, right? We didn't see that type of stuff. It was no way. We used to say, "Wow, she got a big butt, man. It must be the milk," stuff like that. But now, even. It is weird now. It doesn't create. And listen, for the white girls to have big old bubble booty, come on, nah, come on, we know.
Yeah.
And it's for a man, it's not attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I just
it's a little
I couldn't.
too much.
Listen, I don't know if I could date these times because it's a lot going against us men, especially us older men, right? If I had to date right now in the age that I'm in right now, I don't know if I could do it because we got a lot going against us. We got all this fake and phony stuff, right? Women don't celebrate themselves. They're all trying to
compete with each other.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And they don't. I do understand if at my age, if I had to date, I already know that most women that's going to be my age is going to probably already had a family, maybe had a divorce, husband and stuff like that. And I was like, but when they getting their bodies done in their late 40s and stuff like that.
They say it's never too late.
I don't know, but it's this. I don't know. It's this. Listen, I don't know. But for us married men, I can tell y'all, it's cheaper to keep
married.
Stay married.
Work it out.
Work it out. Sit down with your wife.
Dating nowadays, y'all already know it's.
And not only that, but you think about, everybody want to take a picture of you or post it online and all this stuff like that. Especially if men that have multiple females and everything get posted and stuff like that, you get caught, right? But I just say this all the time. I mean, especially men that's in a long-term relationship or a man that's in a marriage, cheaper to keep them, man. That's just work it out.
You work it out.
Sit down with your spouse and say, baby, let's pray.
And you might even have to get a therapist.
And get a therapist.
Love me a therapist. Get you a therapist.
Get your therapist. Pray.
And pray. And
then work out. Now, if it's a lot of infidelity involved, and that's something different, right?
It's a little different.
But if it's disagreements, listen, one of the biggest, you have two big battles in relationships and marriages. One of the biggest battle is finances, right? The second battle is infidelity. Now, infidelity is something pretty easy. All you got to do is don't do it. Finances is a challenge because no matter what, throughout your life, you will go through ups and downs when it comes down to finances. But if both the couples be true to themselves, and no matter what, if one person is down, the other person should lift them up. If that person go down, then the other person lift them up. If you have that mentality, if this, me as a man, if I'm down and out, my wife should lift me up. If my wife is down and out, I'm gonna lift her up. So at the end of the day, that's what marriages and relationships is all about, folks. Finances is probably the number one thing that most people get divorced and stuff like that. It's because they have expectations of a man or whatever that to make a certain amount of money.
And that's not always
the case. And not only that, but you think about the cost of living now.
Yes.
Now, they got lazy men out there that don't want work, They got so you got to decipher the difference between, again, fake and phony. But if you have a hustling man out there, a man out there trying to make ends meet, and he's trying,
a man that's trying,
that's a win.
It's a win. It's a win. Because it might not happen overnight, but that person is trying, and if they're consistently trying, something is gonna work out.
And everybody got flaws. That's the whole thing. Like, in a relationship, you listen. First of all, it ain't gonna be no Mary Poppins relationship with nobody. Everybody gonna have a flaw, right? And your mama know my flaws. I got a lot of flaws, but she understands and she deal with my flaws. And in relationships, you got flaws, and it all depends on how you deal with the flaws, how you work it out. Is it acceptable of the flaws that the other person has? Because there's no perfect relationship. People be thinking, oh my God, them two so cute together.
Yeah.
They got the perfect relationship.
Y'all
you see them online, they always dancing and always talking. They all doing
place and that place and all of that stuff. Don't let social media fool y'all.
I think that's what a lot of people do.
Don't let it fool
because
y'all.
A lot of people be thinking of social media, oh my God, look at they happy together and all that stuff like that. But when the cameras turn off, the reality kicks in, right?
Hello. And you don't know what people go through behind closed doors. Only those two people know,
Yeah.
So you can't really be praising these people because you don't know the real. You just see the highlights. You see the good moments. Even with single people, you see the good moments. You don't see when people are struggling mentally or down, because when people aren't always just what it seems.
I think when you say mental stuff, right? That's a lot of mental problems in the world today, right?
Yeah.
You see people giving up on life.
Yeah.
People giving up on themselves. Drugs is something that's a
Yeah.
way out for a lot of people. People give up on a lot on their life. They give up on because they feel there's no hope.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you, we used to have a long time ago when I was coming. We used to have the big brothers clubs, and you know, you used to have mentors and
people
pastors
to look up to
that
and
yes,
talk to, and then
you used to have people that have mentorships and stuff like that to help the younger generation, to help people through their mental struggles and stuff like that. You know, to give them a way out when they at the brink of no return. And I think when you hear that, you know, a person that commits suicide or they doing something because they feel that it's no hope.
It's no other way, or it won't get better and stuff like that. And it's very easy to fall into something like that in these times, especially because life be life, and
life be life.
say, and
you have to be
it's
strong.
not easy. You have to be strong. You have to.
And I think, you know,
and sometimes people are tired of being strong because everybody has different situations. You never know all the trauma that people have endured throughout from their childhood to adulthood and stuff like that. So for some people, it is a lot harder than most or others, you know?
Yeah.
But,
I agree. And, you know,
you have to be strong.
I tell you, man, and I preach a lot of positivity, you know, and, you know, throughout the family. You know, us fellas,
and
we got
very important too.
We have a group chat. The fellas, we got a group chat, and we express our, you know, issues and stuff like that. And we try to have the round table, you know, like the round table fellas get together. We have the round table
like the
talk.
red table talk.
And that helps because, you know, sometimes, you know, as a man, our responsibility, you know what goes through a man's head, especially when you're dealing with outside elements and dealing with making sure that the lights stay on, making sure the bills are paid and stuff like that. His whole thing in his mind is, I got to take care of my family. And that's the struggle bus, especially when you see how prices is going up. Some people rent is going up, mortgages is going up, car insurance is high as a kite, and everything is high. Groceries is high, and your income is not going up. And you think to yourself, man, you know, and so for a man, we try to do multiple things to try to bring in more money, to try to do things, to try to, you know, maybe cut back on certain things, maybe do, you know, cut back on this. And that sometimes that put a strain, think about it. That put a strain on relationships in households sometimes. You know, sometimes the couples be thinking, you know, once a month we used to do X, Y, and Z. We used to get together, go out to dinner, but we don't do that anymore. And the reason why, usually a man be like, we got to cut back. You think about the $150 to $200 you're going to spend on dinner. Hell, that could go towards
something
else, a bill,
for the house.
Right? For the house. Because as a man, our ultimate responsibility is making sure that we have a fundamental roof over our family heads, make sure that the bills are paid inside the home, make sure we have a positive environment for our family to come in. That's our responsibility. And that's very, very tough because it's, you know, it's all other things that goes involved. You know, you got to cut the grass, you got to, you know, clean up.
What do you think is a woman's responsibility?
I think the ultimate thing is for a woman. To me, I feel that a woman, and now women work too, so you know it things are a little different for a woman. But I believe that a woman should have a positive home. I think most men realize now that since a woman works, most women work full time, that we can't come home to a hot meal, and you know sometimes we have to cook. Sometimes we have to do things different. Sometimes us
you
men
can't always expect like dinner every day, the house tip top clean every day.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot on a woman, absolutely. And so I expect a woman to have. And listen, if a woman is work a full time job, that means she going through the same BS that most men go through with a boss and stuff like that, right? So for a man, we have to take that into consideration. We have to think about it. Listen, it ain't gonna be like, you know, when you come home from your hard day's work and she coming home from our hard day's work.
always be.
It ain't gonna be.
Butterflies.
It ain't gonna be no food on the table and
By a certain time.
Yeah, by a certain time and
everything all clean and stuff.
things. Listen, so we have to adjust with times, right? Times is different. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, y'all don't. When you listen to this podcast, this is real. This ain't fake and phony. It ain't like the reality shows and you got somebody bringing food to you and all that on candlelights and shit and all that stuff like that. No, this is the realness of the world, right? A lot of people say, well, that's true, but a man demands a woman to do X, Y, and Z. Listen, man, that's when you and your spouse got to sit down together and discuss.
Right.
And listen, I do understand. The man is the dominance. The man is the head of the household. A lot of men be like, whatever I say goes. It don't matter if she work or not. No, listen, men, check yourself.
Yeah.
You got to lower the temperature.
Yeah.
Your priority is make sure that your household is positive. This is where the arguments come in, the negativity come in there, because you have these issues with men and women. Times have changed, people.
Yeah. You got to do what works for you.
Yeah.
And if she working and she coming home and it's not that positive and they aggravate her on her job and she's not happy, then
you
gotta compromise. Like, it's some things that may have to change.
So here's the thing. What's wrong with a man cooking for his woman? What's wrong with a man taking, when a woman come home off a hard day at work, why he can't have
dinner ready?
Why he can't have a glass of wine on the table? Why he can't have?
And it's the little things for us women that would mean the world.
The bubble bath with the candles and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
That would mean the world to a woman.
And listen, even with the people with children, right? Why can't a man get the kids ready? Why the husband or the man can't make sure the kids' homework is done and make sure that they took their bath?
Why tell mama done getting her nails done to come help with the children homework when you ain't here with them?
And I think men, even though we work hard, I understand that. I know what men in the comments, I know what men is saying.
But you're still a parent at the end of the day, and you're still a husband at the end of the day.
And I think men need to.
And you will have to work regardless.
Yes.
If you was single by yourself, you'll still have to work.
And I think men need to understand, man, y'all, we have to put in a little more work. We have to, put in, listen, for a man that work on a 9 to 5, that goes through issues at their job and pissed off when they come home, you have to learn how to leave your troubles at the door and come home and have a positive environment. That is the key to success, people. Your home need to be your salvation. Your home is your sanctuary. Your home is your peace, right? And if your home is not your peace, then you have to make a change.
Got to.
That's it.
That's all. Hello.
Boy, I'm preaching, the tech preacher preaching to y'all today, Bob. I'm telling you, listen, it's all good because it's
real.
It's real. Listen, a lot of people, I tell people this all the time. Stop looking at that fake and phony stuff online. Man, I'm going to tell you, some of that stuff is fake and phony. It's all about being real. And, and I know a lot of single men probably saying to themselves, man, well, should I even get into it? I believe, to me, joint 2 is better than 1, right? And it's all about sacrifices, and if you could deal with the woman issues and she could deal with your issues and y'all could come together as one union, then it's going to be all good, baby. That's it.
Just got to keep it strong.
That's That's it.
Yeah.
So we got the weekend coming up. You got anything planned this weekend?
I actually might go out of town tomorrow. I know. It's my friend's birthday Saturday. So
she travel a lot, I'm gonna tell you.
So I don't know. I'm a very spontaneous person too. So I honestly might not decide until the last minute.
Always last minute.
So I might go tomorrow.
Okay.
Or I might go Saturday.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yep.
see.
I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. We're going to do something this week. Your mama keeps suggesting something, and we had such a blast this past weekend, and I was so hyped, y'all, that I told my wife, I said, we need to do this again. And she's like, yeah. And so she making some suggestions about cooking and stuff, and I'm saying to myself, well, I got a lot of work to do in here, but I'll go to, take the time off to have some fun, man, and go from there. I've been drinking this Douce, and I think I'm going to switch. I think I'm going to switch. Yeah. I think I'm going to switch.
It's crazy you drinking that straight like that. That's crazy. I mix my little rum with something. You know? So you just a different kind over here.
Yep. But man, we gonna get on out of here. And another episode of Uncut, man. Oh man, they'll tell you what, the hour go by fast when you're having fun. And man, so make sure you subscribe, and make sure y'all let everybody know that we drop these podcasts, and come check us out, and follow Erica on all our social media, and follow me on all my social media, and we go from there, man. Let me tell you, it was fun. It was a good one. Thank y'all guys very much. We're gonna see y'all next week, same bat place, same bat time, baby.
Peace out.
Peace out.